Hi there, welcome to Floating in Books. Today we're going to be discussing some older outfits again. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be chatting about some older outfits that I posted on my blog more than a decade ago, because one of the benefits of having been a content creator for such a long time is that I have a lot of old content that I could go through with you, and I love posting my outfits and sharing that with you guys in a week in outfits so you can see what I'm currently wearing. But I also thought it would be good to show you where I'm coming from. So of course, more than a decade ago, I was a little bit younger, I was already posting things online, but are there things that, I would say now belong to my personal style and have been part of my style for some time? And I think the answer to that is yes. So all of these images were taken in my old place where I used to live in Leiden. And of course, I'm like in my late 20s here, so it's definitely like a different look. So if you think, she looks different, that's because it's like I was different back then. But you'll see. There are still outfits here that I would wear, and there are definitely items here, like in the last video, that I still own. I keep saying this in a lot of my videos. One of the reasons why I have so much makeup and, for instance, books and outfits and like clothing stuff isn't because I buy so many things. It's also because I keep things around. If I love something, I hang on to it for absolute years. Even if it's not an item I'm currently interested in wearing a lot, I will still keep it around because either it takes me back to another time and place in my life, or because it's just an item that I know that sometimes I will still want to wear. So if I don't wear it every single day, to me that's not a reason to get rid of an item. If I still love it, if I can still picture myself in that item, I keep it. So first things first, and such a classic, I can still wear this. I don't think I still have the jeans, but I have the shoes, and I still have that exact cardigan. I just can't close it anymore. Maybe I could, but I would wear it open nowadays. So it's a longer style cardigan. I bought it from Urban Outfitters, and I actually, the shoes and the cardigan I bought on the same trip to London back when I was first teaching in higher education. So I think I must have gotten those items around like 2010, I'd say. 2010, maybe 2009, could be 2011, but around that time. These items have been in my wardrobe for 15 years. And they're still good to go. I know, Urban Outfitters, fast fashion brand, but here's the thing. If you take care of your items, if you read the care label and you follow the washing instructions and you don't use a tumble dryer, your clothing will last. I've never used a dryer in my life. I always air dry all of my clothing. I just let it, I put it on a fast spin cycle to get rid of most of the moisture, but then I hang all of my clothes to dry. I've never been in a place where I even have space for a dryer. I live in Europe. Dryers are a thing here. People have them. I could potentially have one, but I really don't see the need. If it's nice weather, I plop everything outside on my balcony in the summer and the springtime, which once the weather gets to that point where I can dry all of my clothing outside again, makes my heart happy. And in the winter, I just dry it indoors. I just make sure there's always a window cracked open, and sometimes if it's really, really dreadful, I'll just run a fan. I have an indoor ventilation system as well, so if there's too much moisture in the air, I can just turn on the ventilation system a little bit more to help suck out the moisture out of the air as well. So it's fine. And this is still fine as well. There are some looser threads. I don't think the color is still as vibrant as it used to be, but it's a beautiful burgundy cardigan that I've loved for years. Like I said, it still fits me. I currently don't close the buttons anymore because I think it's like a size extra small or a size small. Something like that. Like it's a really, really small size. And then I'm wearing it with a black t-shirt. I have plenty of black t-shirts that have gone through my lifetime. The shoes are my very, very first pair of Dr. Martens. Doc Martens, whatever you want to call them. The official brand name is Dr. Martens. I now own 25 pairs, I think. But this was the first one. This is the instigator. These cherry red smooth 1460s. They broke my feet when I first put them on. But once I'd worn them for a year, they were perfectly broken in. At the time, I didn't have as many shoes yet, so it was a lot easier for me to break them in because I would be wearing them constantly. And I went through a phase where I wasn't wearing these at all. And then at my previous job, I would wear them again to work. And then I had colleagues who bought the shoes and they were like, oh, I saw you wearing those shoes and I really wanted another pair again. It takes me right back to when I was younger and you're just wearing them to work, so why can't I? So I bought a pair, but yours have that perfect beat up sort of look to them and I want mine to look like yours. And it was a whole thing. I influenced like 3 to 5 colleagues who started wearing Doc Martens to work after I did. So that was a great, I've been an influencer my entire life, okay? Even in my private sphere, you could say. The jeans are probably a Topshop pair of skinny jeans, either the Jamies or the Jonies. I would live for those at the time. But these could also be my Primark ones that I owned at a time. Around this time, Primark became a thing. And I remember buying a pair of black jeans on my very first ever Primark trip. So I think that may be these. But yeah, I don't love black jeans. I have one pair. If I go for black trousers nowadays, it's a trouser. It's more like flowy style. I like black trousers in a corduroy or it was a more flowy fabric. But for some reason, black jeans, I just don't like the texture of jeans with the color black. A really, really deep, indigo blue, I love. So I would never wear this exact outfit again. I think the necklace is a cheap Forever 21 thing. I was wearing a lot of costume jewelry at this time. I was really into my accessories and I keep the accessories quite minimal so I can wear a little bit more vibrant makeup and I just wear fun prints and stuff a little bit more. But yeah, this is a good one. This is a classic. Wouldn't wear this exact outfit anymore. I would probably open the cardigan, have the jeans with a belt to add a little bit more visual interest there. That's probably what I would do now. But yeah, I still wear these pieces. I wore that cardigan this winter with those shoes because it's still a perfect combo. It still is. And here's another one, which, again, the exact outfit I would not wear. But the cardigan, another Urban Outfitters number. We all know I love my Urban Outfitters cardigans. I loved those back when they did a lot of them. And this one I remember picking up as well, because I picked this one up in Berlin after a talk I gave at a conference. So I graduated for that degree in 2013. So this I must have purchased around 2012, which is, I think, when I posted this image. So this was brand new. I don't wear this a lot, but it is such a good one. It's such a good piece in my wardrobe. I call it my grandpa cardigan because it looks a little like it used to belong to an old man. I love that it's black and white in the base, but then it has burgundy, mustard yellow, and navy accents in the knit, which I don't think you can see very well in the images here, but I just think this is such a good one. Would I still wear it with shiny, almost disco pant leggings nowadays? No. I'm over the whole disco pant sort of thing. I think these were H&M leggings. I would never wear anything this tight anymore. But with a wider leg jean, I would definitely wear this. I tend to wear this item for comfort around the house nowadays, though. I don't tend to wear it to work anymore because for some reason, this one looks a little bit more tatty, especially around the cuffs and stuff. You can really see the knit that is just a little bit warped from how much I've worn it over the years. So it is an item that it shows its wear and tear because I've worn it so much. But yeah, I still love it. I still like it. I still wear it from time to time. Again, I no longer really fully button up a cardigan anymore, unless I can wear it as a sweater. But I tend to wear this open with a black t-shirt when I do, a pair of blue jeans, a pair of black Chelsea boots. I still wear that. These Chelsea boots I wouldn't wear. I think they're H&M, and they're a wedge. Back in the day, me and a wedge heel, we were like this. Like, me and a wedge heel, we loved each other. But nowadays, I don't really go for this style anymore. So I would not repeat the shoes. I wouldn't repeat the bottom half of this outfit, you could say. The necklace I wouldn't wear anymore with it, but love the cardigan still this day. And it's the thing that shines here, and it's still such a good one. I cannot get rid of this in my life at all. This is another rendition of that sort of outfit, a pair of like treggings, leggings sort of thing with a cream cardigan or a cream sweater this time. It's a knit sweater, also from Urban Outfitters, and then a pair of burgundy sort of brogue-like shoes. Like I said, the knit here is from Urban Outfitters. I got rid of this, I think, a couple of years ago now, because I just wasn't wearing it a lot. And what you can't really tell in this image is that it was two textures. So the body was a tighter knit, and then the arms had little holes in it. But that made it incredibly difficult to wear in the Dutch weather, because on days where I wanted to be warm, because of the holes in the arms, it was too cold. And on days where it was going to be warm enough for the holes in the arms, the body would be too warm for you. So it was never like the right piece. There was only like one day a year where all the cards had to line up for me to be able to wear that sweater. And to be quite fair, this sort of like a yellowy cream shade, not really my vibe. I would not really wear a color like this again. Creams are just like a lighter gray knit like this. Yes, 100% yes on me. But this sort of warmish cream was not a good look. The leggings, I think, were H&M. They were like burgundy. It had fabric in the middle and then faux leather patches on them. The thing with faux leather is that it falls apart really easily, especially if it's a pair of pants from either where your thighs are rubbing or where your knees move around. So this looked really tattered really quickly, and I could no longer wear it, so I had to throw it out. The shoes were vintage. I picked them up in London on one of my London trips before taking these images, and these were lovely, but when I bought them, they had a little insole, and the insole fell apart, and then the shoes became too big. And then I was wearing them one day because I bought another pair of insoles to make them like fit my feet again, and then there was liquid seeping through the bottom of them, and the soles had worn completely that the cobbler couldn't even fix it anymore. So that's why they were just past their prime. It was sad. I was really sad to see them go because I love the look of these. But I now have a pair of the Arcadia leather loafers, the Adrian loafers from Doc Martens, that are a perfect replacement for this. So I still have a burgundy sort of loafer brogue sort of style in my wardrobe nowadays. So these have been replaced with something else. The fourth outfit I feel is like one of the lesser successful outfits I'm showing you here today. None of these items themselves I still have, but I do still have renditions that look like it. So an outfit like this, if we just dissect the basics, a blouse with a jeans denim skirt with tights and a pair of shoes, I still wear. Would I wear heels this high nowadays? No, my back does not like that sort of thing anymore. In fact, as I'm filming this today, I went to see my physical therapist yesterday, and my back is needing some time to recover. So these shoes are a big no-no. I decolored them a couple of years ago. They were really comfy though, because I got them from Van Haren back in the day when I was still wearing a lot of heels. A lot of my shoes actually came from that place because they did shoes that had a little bit of a rubberized sole, and the floors in my old workspace were all this like sort of plasticky material and tiles, which was really smooth. And if your shoes didn't have enough grip, you would just go flat out onto the floor. So I was really happy with these shoes because they had that little bit of rubberizing, so it made it a lot easier to walk in. The tights are probably Primark. I still wear black Primark tights till this day. I love those. They're incredibly cheap. If you break them, it doesn't it just doesn't break the bank when you need to replace them. This exact jean skirt I no longer have, and the reason why I feel this outfit is not that successful is because it kind of makes me like a rectangle. So it kind of makes me look like a block, and it's the skirt and the waistline where it hits me that is the issue. I would go for a more A-line denim skirt nowadays, which is also what I have in my wardrobe, rather than something that's this straight up and down. It is okay. I like the waist length of it. I probably don't love those lighter patches as well anymore either. I like my denim to be one color, or if it's different colors, that it's like color blocked, much more than these like bleach sort of patches. It never makes sense to me. A green blouse like this, I have, but now it's a silk one from Saison. I think this was like a Primark or an H&M number. A couple of years ago, I spent a little bit of money upgrading my wardrobe to better materials and better items that suit my frame a little bit better. And this kind of thing I still have really, but it's never going to be a synthetic material anymore like I have here. Next up, this throws me so back. Like, this is such a throwback because around this time, I started to discover ASOS. This was around that time, like around 2010 to 2012, I started discovering a lot of brands. And I don't remember what brand it was, but I do remember this brown dress, or this multicolored dress with the, like, I feel it always looked like a brown on me. Very fall-esque, these colors. And I got it through ASOS. It was in one of the very first orders I ever placed on that website. Never ordered through them anymore today, but at the time I did. I may still have that belt because it was a leather belt that my mom gifted me. I still have the belt. And here I'm wearing it with a brown long sleeve, brown tights, and then brown sort of heeled booties. Heeled booties like this, like with the heels in the previous picture. Wouldn't wear it. I just don't like shoes like that anymore. The dress, I remember being a really strange silky material, but it got stuck to everything. It was like loaded with static so easily. So it would be sticking to all of the wrong bits of my body when I was wearing it. So that's why I decluttered it. And it was really big because I remember struggling when I first started shopping online a little bit more, finding my size and getting it right. By now, I can look at an item online and go like, I think that might fit me. And 9 out of 10 times I get it right. But with this, it was far too big. And that's another reason why I got rid of it, because you can sort of see in the shoulder that it's kind of like sticking up like this. And that's because the body was too long for me. So this part of the dress was just too long. And then it went into the skirt. So I needed the belt to give me a little bit of shape and being able to hike up the skirt to a length just above my knees so it would actually look okay. So this dress was too much of a faff to put on. I like the colors. Objectively, I would still wear these colors, but I don't feel like here, like my hair is a little bit more yellow here because at the time I didn't know about like purple shampoo and the brassiness that your blonde hair naturally gets from the sunlight. So my hair looks a lot more yellow than it is nowadays. I think here I was actually letting another hair color grow out that I used to have because the ends are a little bit darker. So yeah, my hair looks a lot more warm toned than it does nowadays, because what I do nowadays is that I do wash my hair with a bit of a purple conditioner and a bit of purple shampoo just to maintain like the brightness of the color a bit better. And at the time, wasn't it this time as well? I used to use this blonde spray to sort of touch up my roots, because that's been something that I've been doing or that I've been dealing with for years, is that the hair that grows out of my scalp is not bleached by the sun, so it looks darker than the rest of my hair, and it looks like I get like roots from my own hair color. So I would touch it up with this blonde spray, but that actually ruined my hair and made it look really golden, you can say. It really destroyed the color of my hair. Took years to grow out. So now that my hair is healthier, I just get it done professionally once in a while to like brighten it a little bit, and yeah, it just works better because my hair is not this warm tone normally. But yeah, the dress, it's okay. I probably wouldn't wear it again. Next up, again, the same wedge heels that we already saw in a previous picture, a denim blouse and a nice long skirt. The skirt I had for a long time. I bought it vintage while I was in Toronto in 2014? Was 2015? When did I go to Toronto? Or maybe 2012. I don't remember. But when I went to Toronto, I bought this skirt in one of the vintage shops they had there. It was really pretty, but it already had a very loose elastic when I bought it. And then one year I tried to put it on and the elastic was just crumbling. So I tried to put it on and it just fell down and it was just a mess. Could I have fixed that by putting a new elastic in myself? Probably, but I didn't feel so attached to the skirt that I needed to keep it. But it was a really pretty floral skirt. I wore it a lot in the summertime over the years, but I had to get rid of it eventually. A denim blouse. I always have a denim blouse on hand. I've just figured out that a light denim blouse like this doesn't work in my wardrobe. I like the color up here for me, but I also liked wearing a lot of blue denim on the bottom that is this color. And I don't like going for a Canadian tuxedo, like going double denim. That's not really the look I like to do. So when I wear a denim shirt nowadays, I tend to go either for a deeper denim, or if it's the summertime and it's cool enough to be wearing like a denim jacket, I prefer going for a denim jacket because it's a bit more structured, and then having another shirt underneath it than going with a actual denim jacket or a denim blouse like I'm wearing here. I remember having this one for years. I think it was an H&M number. So having a denim blouse is okay, I feel. I like having it around, but I currently opt for something slightly different. Next up is another oldie but a goodie. It's an oversized sweater with a pair of shorts. Would I still wear this? No. I feel this is very sort of 2010 coded, very millennial of me. The sweater was a men's sweater from Primark, I believe, with this like geometric print on it. The shorts, I don't remember. They're just a short denim short sort of thing. I think I'm wearing navy blue tights. I still have a pair of navy blue tights that I like to wear sometimes. And then to tie in the yellow of the sweater, I went with my mustard yellow biker boots. I used to love those boots. They were from a brand called Sasha, which I don't think is still around, or maybe they're still online. I don't remember exactly. And I love these. The only thing I didn't love is that they made my feet really cold. They were leather shoes, but they had a little bit of fluff in it, but it was only in the shaft of the shoe, so that's around your calf, and not in the actual shoe bit. So when was I going to wear this? Because on a regular day, my legs would be too warm with that little bit of fleecy lining that the top half of the shoe had. But on the moments where I would want a fleecy lining in my shoe, the shoe part that actually holds my foot would be too cold. So this was a bit of a weird one. And it was also one of those like shoes you just need to put on. And with my high arch and my high instep and thicker calves, they were always sliding down. So that's why in the end I decluttered these. They were a good pair of shoes though. I wore them a lot. I think I got them in a sale towards like the end of my student days, and I wore them for like 10 years or so before I decluttered them because I stopped wearing them. So yeah, that was a fun outfit. I like the colors here mainly, and an oversized sweater is still something I wear. A printed sweater like this is something I would still wear. I just wouldn't wear it with shorts. That's the conclusion here. More navy with mustard. Apparently I love navy with mustard. It's just a look. Don't know where the dress is from. Could be Primark, could be ASOS. I don't know. Don't know exactly, but an outfit like this, like a dress with a cardigan with a loafer, I live in this in the fall time. Like, this is still a really good outfit. I used to love that belt. It's a mustard yellow belt that has a little bit of a like bow detail on the clasp. Used to love that thing to pieces. It was really, really small though, so this is not something I could still wear right now for sure. Wearing it with a vintage sweater that I picked up in the UK, I think it was in London that I bought that. from like a vintage kilo store place in Brick Lane. I decluttered it in the end because I found it too itchy and I couldn't do anything about the itchiness. And it was really like up here where it like hit your bare skin. Like some people said, oh, if it's itchy, just put a layer underneath it. It was fine on my arms, but it was really here on my neck and I would get these red splotches. So I think it was just like an allergy, skin reaction kind of thing to something that was in the fabric. It was also incredibly bobbly, so it was really, really old and tatty looking after a while. So I have plenty of other navy cardigans right now that look like this that I still have. I have a Saison one that I love that's a little bit more of a cottony knitted fabric that I wear more so in the spring summertime. And then I also have a navy cardigan that's a little bit thicker that I wear more so in like the fall winter season from Urban Outfitters. So an outfit like this I could still create. And yes, the navy, the polka dots on the dress are navy as well. So that's why there's so much navy going on. Again, the navy tights and navy sort of like grayish blue loafers that I got at the same time as the burgundy loafers you already saw me wear in one of the previous pictures from the same shop in London, vintage. And these fell apart on me. I think they got some sort of dry rot after a while, or maybe the sole just was too old and it got too dry from it not being worn enough, because there was a phase where I would wear these shoes a lot and then I stopped wearing them for a while. And I remember going to the movies with friends and I had to go to work before the entire day, and the entire day it poured buckets of rain, and I think the moisture on the ground was absorbed by the rubber sole. And what started to happen is that bits of the sole were just flaking off. And by the end of the night, the sole had completely disappeared. Walking from the car to my front door, the entire sole just split. And I was like walking the last couple of meters on just like the little fabric padding that was inside the shoe. It was really embarrassing, but yeah, these shoes were just too old. I think they were like from the 80s or something. They were like a good 30 years old, but I had to throw those out after wearing them that one time. But yeah, that outfit I could still wear. This objectively I would still wear, but not with these shoes, I think. I still have like black shirts with a print, maybe not this sheer, but a black pair of shorts like this with black tights and a pair of boots. I would probably make it an ankle boot now, not something knee-high like here. So yeah, I would just opt for a different shoe. But yeah, I did wear a shorts with a button down with a pair of boots sort of situation last fall anyway. So this style of outfit would still work for me. I do like shorts with tights. I don't mind that look. I know it's not for everyone, but I like it. I like showing a bit of leg from time to time, like especially in the fall winter season if I can have it with a tight. I don't love showing my bare legs anymore, truth be told, but I do, if I like wear a pair of tights that are like color matching and then wearing it with a mini skirt or a pair of shorts. I definitely have a few pairs of shorts I should say, that are a thicker fabric that are better for wearing in the spring summer season. I don't just in the fall winter season I should say. So yeah, objectively I would still wear this outfit. I think the butterfly shirt is Primark, the shorts I think H&M, I'd say. That's my guess. The shoes, I don't know where those were coming from. I don't recollect owning these. I think they have a zip up to the side. Yeah, I still have a style of shoe like this nowadays, so I could objectively recreate this, but I don't think I need it. And then I loved this outfit. This was like my favorite outfit that I shot. I remember I did all of these in the same day, so it looks different because I'm wearing my hair up and down, but I took the images of all of these different outfits in the same Saturday afternoon, so I would have some content to post throughout the weeks to come, because I think I like posted one of these a week. And just made a little blog post. But yeah, the dress is Primark. It had a faux leather collar and then white lace over a black base. I'm wearing it with a black belt. I have a different burgundy cardigan on here than I had in the first image, black tights again, and those black heels you saw me talking about a little earlier. And I picked this image to show you here because I'm also wearing a burgundy bow from American Apparel had them, I think. So the bow I still have. I don't really do a lot when it comes to hair accessories anymore, but just in case I want to, I have those there. The dress was nice. The belt, I think I still have something similarly. Like I mentioned, I do still have a burgundy cardigan, but yeah, this is just a little bit too cutesy with the collar and stuff. This is very sort of that twee aesthetic that we got, like the whole Tumblr era. This is very much inspired by that. I never had a Tumblr or anything like that, but yeah, this was my pride and joy, this outfit at the time. Now that I'm 40, I feel this is pulling a little bit too cutesy, but when I was in my 20s, I lived for outfits like this. So those were the 10 outfits I wanted to discuss with you today in this video. So thank you so very much for joining me. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and subscribe because I do videos about fashion regularly. Sometimes I do videos like this where I discuss my old outfits, or I do videos where I show you what I'm currently wearing. So definitely stay tuned for more if you want to see more by me. But on this channel, you can also expect me to talk about books and show you bits and pieces of my life and little vlogs and stuff. So this is sort of like the behind the scenes channel to my main channel where I chat about makeup. So if you're into makeup, then please head over there to hear my thoughts on all of the new makeup releases, for instance. So thank you so very much for being here, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye!